This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director Ayush Sinha. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
What is your name?
So my name is Manil Bejotra. Manil Bejotra.
Manil Bejotra. When is the date of your interview?
So my date of interview is 17th May.
17th May. So Manil, you're happy about it or sad about it?
So I am ambiguous. Sometimes happy and sometimes sad.
Okay. So when we are ambiguous, what do we say to the board? We always say we are happy.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So can you begin by introducing yourself to me?
So I am Manil Bejotra. I was born in a small town Bishna in district Jammu and Kashmir. I completed my schooling from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Kangra and did my mechanical engineering from National Institute of Technology Hamirpur. I was also fortunate to get work exposure through my association with Vedanta Limited, Jharsuguda. And so during free time, I love to read fictional books in English translation, and I also like jogging and walking.
All right. You like to read fiction.
Yes.
What books have you read recently?
So I read The Trial by Franz Kafka recently.
By Franz Kafka.
Yes.
Sometimes we hear people make a comment that it is very Kafkaesque. What does that mean?
So very puzzle labyrinth means maze-like, because his books are very puzzle-like, very difficult to interpret.
So do you think you have successfully done that?
So it have many interpretations, and it's very difficult to come to a single conclusion.
Any other who are your favorite authors apart from Kafka?
So my favorite author is Jorge Luis Borges. He is an Argentinian Spanish writer.
So you are reading these books in English, but generally you do not have English or Indian writers. Do you read English writers or Indian writers?
So recently I have started to venture into Hindi literature, and I have recently read Tamas by Bhisham Sahani.
Tamas, what does Tamas mean?
So Tamas means andhakar, darkness.
So there are three elements, right? Tamas is one of them. What are the other two?
So Rajsik Gun, Tamsik Gun, and other is, so I'm not able to recall right now.
And there is? And there is third one.
So I'm not able to recall.
I'll give you a hint. Think of it. Sometimes we also use that phrase or adjective before food. When the food is vegetarian plus has no extra spices, what do we say? Kaisa bhojan hai ye?
So
You're correct. Go ahead.
Sanskarik.
Sattvic.
Oh, sorry, Satvik. So it just skipped my mind. Satvik.
You work with Vedanta.
Yes, sir.
Wherever Vedanta goes, people oppose it. What is the reason?
So I think it's a common reason wherever the big projects goes in our country, there's opposition, there is that
Who
inertia.
are these people who oppose?
So they are local peoples mainly, and in certain cases we have also found out that the NGOs who are sponsored from the foreign funding have also been participating in such protests.
You have the ground level experience. So there is a certain claim by the state or the government says that there are foreign funded non-governmental organizations, right? And therefore Foreign Contribution Regulation Act also was brought. Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the ground reality? Is it the locals or is it these NGOs? What is the reality?
So I think the locals don't have the right information. They are not able to get the right information, because I interacted with certain tribals who had got job in Vedanta Limited as part of their rehabilitation and resettlement, and they said that at that point of time they didn't know the right information. They were just given that it will lead to loss of livelihood and all those things. But now when they have worked for more than 10 years with the company,
don't you think, Manil, that when we start a big project, it does lead to displacement of generally tribals?
So yes, sir, it leads to the necessity. It is necessary that we provide them with necessary rehabilitation and resettlement. Sir.
When did we start thinking of tribal resettlement?
So the work goes back to LP Vidyarthi. It goes back to his study on the Malar tribes of Bihar in 1961, where he has also cited the need of resettlement and rehabilitation policy to deal with developmental projects in tribal areas.
So in Jammu, there has been the bifurcation of the state.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, are the people happy about it?
Yes, sir. Generally, the people are happy about it.
Who is sad about it?
So I think the few politicians, but generally the people are happy about it.
Has it improved? Do you think it has led to improvement in law and order situation in the state?
Yes, sir. It has led to such tremendous improvement. Even the terrorist attacks have reduced by.
What is the reason?
So I think the administration and the infrastructure building has led to better mobilization of military forces who have been able to tackle the problem on the ground.
Manil, so we want, while India, Kashmir is an integral part of the Indian Union, it is somehow felt that the Kashmiris are not integrated in our society, which is why there is a certain element of separatism sometimes in some elements. How can we truly integrate?
So I think the recent steps by government, such as promoting infrastructure and focusing on industrialization, will
How
play.
about land rights by allowing outsiders to buy land? Is it a step in the right direction?
Yes, I
Let me
believe.
finish it, Manil.
So,
If you ever get in a situation where I'm speaking and you're speaking, then interview will become over there, not here. Here I will give you feedback. There, your marks will be anywhere between 120 to 150. Are you clear with this?
yes, sir.
One key to good communication will be that when I have finished, you give 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. That shows that you have carefully listened to my question and you respect me and my question.
Okay.
Even if you know the answer. No, don't say okay also. You wait. Don't say anything. Don't say yes sir also. You just listen. If we make this, because we have some time right now, so this has to be inculcated, Manil. Okay. If we miss, for example, I'm saying and you may say, okay sir, why am I saying this? Why is it so important, Manil? Do you know the reason why it is so important?
So we need to be a good listener.
Good listener.
To be a
More
good
than that,
communicator.
in the government, there is a big challenge that when you will take a meeting, you will say everybody has understood. The guy who generally says yes sir, I've understood, he will never have understood, but he will want to show off that I have understood. Then later when you'll ask him, has the work been done? He'll say which work? He'll say abhi kya hua? Then he will give mislead. He will say yes sir, it is almost done. And then he will be the person who generally is very eager to say yes sir or just start answering. He will be the person who will not listen to me and he will threaten he will not do his job properly and he will threaten my job also. So that is why when you will be conditioned after 2 or 3 decades of working in the government, when you're sitting in the commission and when a young boy immediately answers something, then I know that he is not listening. That is my conditioning. It is not that I consciously think. ठीक है, इसका हमको ध्यान रख पाएंगे. We let us practice it from today's session itself. Very good, by the way, for the past 2-3 minutes. Trying to control yourself with great difficulty?
No, sir, but with certain restraint.
Very good. And smile. You have a good, beautiful smile. Don't worry about it. Smile करो, खुलके smile करो. Perfect. No. Show your teeth. No problem. ऐसे रहो, ऐसे अच्छे दिख रहे हो. Conscious हो जा रहे हो खुद से? Yes. बचपन से conscious हो इस बारे में? College से भी? नहीं.
Childhood से.
तो मैं तुम्हें बहुत क्लैरिटी के साथ बता रहा हूँ. No, you have a good smile and a beautiful smile. ठीक है? So show your teeth. No problem. ऐसे. No, so you said that, sir, with respect to tribal resettlement, it was not in the original Forest Rights Act. When did we bring about the resettlement and rehabilitation clause in Forest Rights Act?
So I'm not able to recall.
What are the various amendments to the Forest Rights Act?
So the 2006 amendment has been the major amendment.
What is the name of the amendment? Can you recall?
So SCSTs and traditional forest dwellers resettlement. And
SCSTs will not be the case. I don't think. It will generally be traditional
forest dwellers.
In bracket there will be
Forest Rights Act.
rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation.
So, right. Uh, you are a mechanical engineer from one of the NITs. I'm increasingly seeing that from NITs and ITs, mechanical engineers, electronics engineers, civil engineers, they are all coming for civil services and other government jobs. I'm not able to see any computer science engineer come, for example. What is the reason? Are you not getting placed, or what is that problem, fundamental problem why electronics, electrical, civil, mechanical, all these engineers are coming for civil services?
So, regarding placement, I was placed and I have a work experience. And so the thing is that mechanical engineering was an academic choice, at least personally for me, from a very limited set of choices I had. Whereas civil services is a more conscious choice for me. And so regarding computer science engineer, last year my senior, a computer science engineer, cracked civil services examination itself. So we cannot make such a generalization.
What is his name?
So Ishant, 2028, not.
So you are from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. They are some of our very eminent schools. They are very eminent good schools. What do you think Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya? And the results are also very good, which explains why you were able to get into an NIT. Right? And in the very year of passing out. What good things is that these Navodaya Vidyalaya is doing, which can be emulated by other government schools?
So the foremost is the teachers, the recruitment of teachers. We had a very good teacher-student ratio as well. Their qualifications was very great and they very painstaking. And sir, another is Navodaya Vidyalaya uses NVST. NVST program to hire students, talented students. So there is that feeling of competitiveness. A competitive spirit is inculcated that helps in the performance of the school.
Manil, who benefited from the Russia-Ukraine crisis?
So there are many. So China is the foremost gainer from the Russia-Ukraine crisis. And so another USA has also been able to gain from that crisis. And so we are also using our strategic autonomy to fulfill our national.
So you were suggesting that the world has benefited from the Russia-Ukraine crisis.
So there are certain nations which have benefited from the crisis.
So the crisis is a good thing?
No, sir, it is not a good thing.
What do you think will be the geopolitical implications if Ukraine keeps standing strong and unfortunately or fortunately wins the war?
So I think that it will lead to more global.
Normally, you have to listen to me first before you start answering.
Okay, sorry, sir.
I want you to get 200 plus. You are my student. When you will get 200 marks by our inputs, we will ask you to write a testimonial, and you should have benefited from this interaction, which is why you will write the testimonial. Okay, so that is my interest here. So I want you to have that restraint, bacha. You are a young candidate. Young candidates who know answers have the only one reason why they will not get a very good marks is because they are too impatient. थोड़ा सा पेशेंस और ला सकते हैं. यस, ये तो मैं 3 बार तुम्हें बुलाऊंगा फिर से मॉक करने के लिए मेरे साथ. जो बच्चे पेशेंस नहीं दिखाते उनको 3 बार बैठता हूँ उनके साथ. ये अंत में जिस दिन मॉक देने जाओगे 17 तारीख को, उसके 2 दिन पहले तुम्हें फिर से बैठना है मेरे साथ. We have to be sure of this thing. Otherwise, you are answering every question, but you are not having that patience. You've gotten this feedback elsewhere?
Yes, sir.
Have you gotten this?
Yes, sir.
Have you tried to work on it?
Sir, I just got it from my friend couple of days back. When I asked him, tell me some negatives about me. And he said that you don't listen and start your point of view.
So you're going to speak to very eminent people. If nothing works, then if you want to make it mechanical, you can have the 5-second rule that you count till 5 and then you answer. But it's too mechanical. After a time, you should develop the calmness, the calm, composed personality. Automatically, you will be just listening. You may initially have a fear that sir is asking me to have that patience. So you'll have 2 fears. One fear is that you will forget the answer. The second fear is that your personality will change if you are so calm and composed. I can tell you with some experience where students have tried to inculcate this. None of these fears come true. If you want to see the video of one 2020 rank 5, 201 or 206 marks. Rank 5. It was an online session. So in the last, he says, "Sir, am I now taking the time? Am I speaking slowly, or still I have to do more practice?" Okay. NV, I think, what I'm not able to exactly recall the name. Okay, 5th rank aperture. Okay. So yes, what was my question?
So it was raised to if Russia-Ukraine war goes on continues, then what will be the implication?
What could be the geopolitical implications if Ukraine ends up winning the war?
Sir, if Ukraine wins, then sir, the major issue. So it may lead to a bipolar world once again. Sir, if Ukraine goes on winning, because it will again raise to US dominance, and from other side, China is also emerging as a superpower.
So currently, do we have a bipolar world or a unipolar world?
So I think currently we have a multipolar world.
Correct. Manil, what does your name mean?
So my name means one who follows his mind.
One who follows his mind. From your depth, I can see that you like to read. Okay. You also like to do jogging and walking. You received Prime Minister's scholarship scheme. What did you receive it for?
So I received for getting good marks in 10 plus 2 examination.
10 plus 2 examination. When you got it, who was the Prime Minister?
So Shri Narendra Modi.
You also got gold medal in inter-branch basketball tournament. Tell me why basketball, despite a very fun sport, why it is not popular?
Sir, I think the opportunities, there is lack of infrastructure, because I also was able to get hold of basketball only when I got to Navodaya Vidyalaya, which have a very good sports regime. And so another is the lack of role models. We don't have that role models generally, which cricket can provide to us. And so financial crunch is always a big issue with sports in our country.
Why do you want to join the civil services, Manil?
Sir, I think that civil services is a great career opportunity, which provides me a platform to do
Which provides or which will provide?
which will provide
So you're seeing it as a platform. Okay.
Yes.
What to do? What?
to work and tackle challenges in diverse field, right at the level of grassroots level, and later at the level of policy making. So I believe that it is a great synergy between professional development, personal growth, as well as making contribution to nation building.
As well as?
Contributing to the nation building.
Very good. Tell me, what were the areas of disagreement between Gandhi and Ambedkar?
So the foremost area was that of caste. Ambedkar wanted, as per Ambedkar, he wanted a separate electorate for lower caste. Meanwhile, Gandhi was against such a division.
What were the views of Gandhi or Ambedkar on the caste?
So Gandhiji wanted to reform the caste system by ending discriminations, whereas reinstating the Chaturvarna system, whereas Ambedkar advocated for annihilation of caste.
You're saying Gandhi wanted to
Reform
and
reinstate.
He did not want to reform the caste system. He was all in favor of the caste system. He merely wanted to end untouchable. But Gandhi did not have a reformist caste agenda. He simply wanted to do away with, he believed, he had good faith in the caste system, but he wanted to do away with untouchability, which he felt was blemish. Whereas Ambedkar felt that caste was a sickening institution and must be annihilated. What were their views on villages?
So Gandhiji advocated for village panchayats as a unit of governance. Meanwhile, Ambedkar believed that we need to embrace cities and modernity instead of village, where all the bad practices of the country prevailed.
Anil, what are some qualities of yours which you think will help you become a good administrator?
So foremost, I believe that I am a self-motivating person. And so
Self-motivating or self-motivated?
Self-motivated.
Motivated. Very good.
Okay. So second is I have been associated with team sport, so I believe that I am a team person. So I am hardworking and I am also open to change.
All right, Manil, your interview is over.